Hello folks, Old Seldom here. Well, my trapping season has come to an end. My coyotes are breaking, and when that happens, I pull. So now I can play with my traps, and ones we want to really play with are the Harris no dead zone trap, because some of those got bent up, and I do believe it was by the coyotes. But irregardless, the straightening of them is quite easy. Everybody should recognize that tool that's got coil springs, and it's really easy to straighten the triggers, the dogs, on these traps with this tool. Really easy, super easy. So, but anyway, I'd like to do a little refresher first, which you'll see will lead into this video. And this video is what is underneath the pan of a Harris no dead zone trap. And this is pretty important, I have found. So here, for a refresher, I got this one trap sitting here that's in the my setter. And to refresh you, remember when you set one of these traps, you set it by pulling up on the pan. You remember that? You pull up on the pan, and then the pan sets back down on the grid system. This is extremely important, and really, it's the most important thing about the trap, I think. So anyway, you all remember that. You set the trap by pulling up on the pan, and then the pan is supposed to set back down and make contact on the grid underneath. So, okay, we got that. So when I'm talking about grid underneath, what do we mean by grid underneath? Well, all right, here's what that is. I got one trap here that's, I pulled the screws off each end, the bolts. And we'll take this off, and we're going to show you what's underneath the pan of a no dead zone trap. There's a grid. I'm going to get out of my shadow here so you can see this. And maybe would be better if I held it up in front of the camera. Hang on a little bit, folks, while I get you somewhere where you can see this better. Let's try this. All right. Pan, the two dogs. And if you notice, this particular dog has two ears welded on it. Those are contact points, as you would understand. And the other one, it doesn't slide. It's got a bar welded on it, right there. But there is no slot. See, this one has a slot? And you notice the slot of the pan. Let me get this. There, I think you can see it. Where the pan goes up and down. See that? So what you've got are these contact points. And there's really 6 of them. Here, and here. And then, of course, the bars that go across. Understand now how that works. Like that. And then you set the trap up and down. Well, here's a problem I found. When I wax the traps, this area right in here, of course, gets waxed. Well, it does not want to move as free as this. And this is still a little sticky, even though I freed it up. But yeah, with that wax in here, that pan does not want to, you can pull it up to set the trap. Very difficult to push it back down. Very difficult. You've got to get rid of the wax underneath this, on these contact points, all the way across here and on this bolt. So, I think this, see that pretty dang good. See this pretty good. And yes, it's a difficult situation getting the wax out of this area right here. Also, let's change the subject now, since you've all seen what's hidden under the NDZ Zone Traps pan. Here is where I perceive is the weak point on these triggers. They bend real easy. I mean, that little tool there just bends them like nothing. This is the weakest point on this whole system. And you can bend that over like crazy. Here, go back down here. Or just use one of these. Right here is where that area is. And because this is just plain old low carbon steel, it just bends easy. And I'm still believing that when a coyote is in the trap and he hooks a tooth underneath this pan, it's just like a lever, and it puts all the pressure right here, bends it right over. Anyway, I thought this would be a good time, since I got to straighten up some of these bent traps, a good time to show everybody what is under and what is the real purpose and how the NDZ Zone Trap really works. I tell you, it's a hang of a deal. I think when Harris Kim thought of it, he did good, really. Except there's some things you got to learn how to do, and you can see when that gets waxed, then it gets very stiff, and you got to remove all of the wax. Otherwise, when you pick up this pan, it stays up, and that's worthless then. So you've got to have that pan with the ability to pick it up and have it drop down. You have to. So, folks, I'm gonna go back to working on my traps, which I enjoy immensely, but I thought this would be a good time and really an educational video of how the Harris NDZ Zone Trap works and what's under that pan. Later.